Hey guys, this is Dave the Software Dev again. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about tabs in Twitter Bootstrap. I've seen several libraries over the years do tabs in one way or another, but I really like how Twitter Bootstrap implements it. I think they're clean and simple to use. To use them, first I'm going to import the Twitter Bootstrap CSS file. I'm also going to be writing some JavaScript in the document ready function, so I've got jQuery included. And tabs are a JavaScript component in Bootstrap, so I'm including the Bootstrap JavaScript file. Let's just get started. To begin with a tab, you start with an unordered list of your tabs. So I'm just going to create an unordered list of my tabs. So there's my list of tabs. I've got a class of nav and a class of nav tabs on them in order to set up all the styling correctly. And I've got an ID on this unordered list of tabs so I can reference it in my JavaScript later. So I've got three tab sort of headers here. Each one is a list item which contains a single anchor. And this anchor, for instance, is tab 1 text, tab 2 within the text, and tab 3 in the text. They're going to be pointing to divs that I'm going to write in a moment. One with an ID of tab 1, another with an ID of tab 2, and another with an ID of tab 3. So it's got a selector here in the reference of the anchor. Secondly, I've got a data toggle of tab on there to show that this link is going to pull up a tab to the JavaScript. So in order to sort of define the text of our tabs, we've got to drop a div in there with a class of tab content. Now all of this will be hidden initially, and I'll show you how to unhide your first tab in JavaScript in a moment. So inside of this div, we're going to put all of our tab text values. So here I've got written the actual content of my tabs. So I've got a div with an ID of tab 1 inside of my tab content wrapper. And as you can see, this anchor is referencing that one. And I've got tab 2 and a tab 3 here, so I've got the corresponding divs as well. So each one has a class of tab pane to let Bootstrap know that this is an actual tab value container. And then I've got some text in there of tab 1, tab 2, and tab 3. So this is what you get if you opened up the page as I just had it. There's no initial content showing, and I can click on a given tab and open it up. You know, it'll change from tab 2 to tab 3, for instance. So that's pretty good. So how do we choose that initial tab? That's where some JavaScript comes in. So I'm going to go up to the head of my page here, and I'm going to write a simple little JavaScript document ready function to select that first tab. So here's my function I've written with jQuery's document ready event. So it pulls in my tabs unordered list here, grabs the first anchor tag, and just runs a tab function on it with a command of show. So that should show the very first anchor tab within this unordered list. So let's save that. Refresh. Now immediately when I refresh, tab 1 should already be selected, and I could change from there. So if I had tab 3 selected or refreshed, tab 1 gets selected in the document ready. So I hope this helped you a little bit, learning a little bit about tabs in Twitter Bootstrap. If this video did help you, please like it and subscribe to my channel for future tutorials.